take it away.
Okay, well, really, first of all, appreciate our fans. It was another great crowd, great homecoming, beautiful day, and just, our fans were there when we needed them down the stretch. But it was just a gritty win. I mean, that's the biggest thing I would say. And sometimes you need to win some games like that to keep growing. We've had some games where we had some great stats this year and got beat. And today we were very gritty and found a way to win and lost the turnover one. So hopefully that's, again, a sign of just that worm turning a little bit. And I'm really proud of our team. Just took another step today. Our goal was to just find a way to win. We did that. Try to create a little momentum going into the open date, and it's coming at a good time for us. We've got a lot of guys out, and so this is a good opportunity to get some guys healthy. Defensively, awesome. I mean, it's freaking awesome. I mean, they had 100-something yards up until that last drive, and just terrible, horrendous field position, especially in the first half. Just really poor. None more so than, an opening turnover on the ball exchange. So no points off of turnovers, difference in the game. That's the difference in winning and losing right there. So I'm really proud of our defense. Tremendous job to the staff and all the players. Nate's out. Jay Lou ends up going out. Sherry's out. I don't know that until after the Tiger Walk. And, man, Toriano stepped up. Avion went out there. Shelton. Jay Lou, and that bunch, y'all saw that game last year. It was one of the worst defensive days we've had in a long time. So I'm really proud of our defense and just their performance today. Again, no points off of turnovers, the red zone defense, the turnover that we did create. All those things were huge part of the game. And again, Toriano literally didn't know he was going to have to go play like that until we walked in the locker room. And so, really proud of him and how he stepped up. Special teams, the kick by Whites, the two kicks were actually good kicks. Some of the 51-yarder, plenty of leg. It was actually a really good kick. There was a little wind up there, might have pushed it just a hair left, but it was a great effort there, and I had confidence he could go make that. But the kick that he did make was a huge difference in the game down the stretch because, it's a 5-point game instead of a 2-point game. So, really proud of him. And then offensively, again, the first half just so frustrating. Field position, we had some miscues. Obviously, the turnover was just, incredibly frustrating. But to come out in the second half, and we rushed for 200+ yards, but to rush for 167 yards in a half, it's just a really gritty win. And great job by OL, by Phil, by Shipley. Really setting the tone. Wish we could have got a touchdown there on that open drive. That was a great drive, and coming away with points was very important for us right there. And just a very gritty win. Cade was excellent as well with his legs. He had about almost 50 yards rushing. So that was just a again, tough, hard-fought game against a tough, gritty Wake Forest team coming off an open date. I knew they would be a tough out today. We didn't make it any easier, again, with the opportunities and field position issues that we have. But again, just, got to find a way to win some of these games. Our guys did that. Excited about being where we are right now as we head into kind of halftime of the season, if you will. We've got a lot of guys that we got it's a big week for us coming up. I mean, I know we don't play a game next week, but it's a huge week for us, as a team. And, getting healthy and also just, improving on some things, studying ourselves and getting a head start on the next opponent. But a great win. Really, thankful for our crowd again and thankful for these guys and how they competed and found a way.
What happened with Sheridan?
Well, he just started having some headaches, and so he just was feeling kind of sick and nauseous. He was on the bus ride over, and his head was hurting, and he couldn't even hardly look at the sun. So they took him to evaluate him, and so they're running some tests on him. That's really all I know right now. So that was, I mean, literally, after he walked through the Tiger Walk, I get hit with that news. So hats off for Toriano and for Avion and those guys being ready. When you sit in the meetings, you're on the practice field, and sometimes you may play, you may not, but you got to be ready for your opportunity. It was good to see Pride take advantage of his opportunity today. He makes some huge plays. He had some big time PBUs, some tight coverage. He played clean, and it was hopefully a game that'll really boost his confidence. And he made some really good physical tackles too.
Coach
Yeah,
Shipley had.
I was going to say, talking about the milestone win for you, tying Coach Howard. I mean, it seems every time we get to Wake Forest, your career's intertwined with them, and now you've reached this milestone. It's got to be special.
Yeah, I think the last time they scored 12 points.
Yeah.
I think I became head coach the next week. So I remember that well. And I did not know, Tim was telling me that I guess Coach Howard's, he tied the record, I think, against Wake Forest. And so the same thing. So just kind of crazy. And, and I know that, that's one of those things that people want to talk about. And I know we had a couple questions this week on it, and it's really not something that I really want to spend a lot of time talking about. I know I need to talk about it, and the significance of it is not lost on me. But there's a couple things I would say, and that I think I need to say, and then hopefully we can just move on. But the first thing I would say is, man, it's just a blessing to be a part of it. And most of all, it's a reflection of all the great players, coaches, the support staff that we've had. And most of all, it's a reflection of the team. And really everything great that I've accomplished in life has come through team. I certainly have tried to do my part, but I truly have stood on the shoulders of giants. I mean, and it's just a blessing to be a part of it. Again, so many great players, so many coaches, our support staff, my family, our administration. It's a blessing, and then it's surreal. I was talking to Mark Herzlich about it. Ironically, he's doing the game today. I was actually talking to him in my office yesterday. It's just so surreal to me to even really process the whole thing, because to me it feels like yesterday that we were loading up to go to BC to try to just win a game. It's just trying to win a game. I mean, that literally seems like yesterday to me. And then honestly, it's just I can honestly tell you, it's not something that I ever dreamed about or ever set out to do. I dream about a lot of things. This wasn't one of them. Never set out to do that. Never even dreamed about doing that. I've just always just tried to put my head down and just keep showing up and just do my best, one day at a time. And my main goal was and is, has always been to build a program that competed with uncommon consistency, and a program that built great men, through the platform of football and education. And listen, the win record is cool to be a part of for sure, but I always say, what matters more than anything is how you win. And that's what I'm most proud of, is how we won at Clemson. I'm most proud of the 351 graduates that we've had. I'm most proud of the 98% graduation rate that we've had. I'm most proud of the fact that every young man that has come to Clemson, since I've been the head coach, has had an opportunity through our program to equip themselves as men. They've had that opportunity. And I'm also proud of the fact that every signing that we've had, every single one of them has won a championship. Most of them multiple. I'm really thankful for that. And Coach Howard, as we all know around here, Coach Howard is a Clemson legend. And it doesn't matter how many wins that I may have or finish up here with, there ain't ever going to be another Coach Howard, ever. I mean, he is Clemson, and I'm just blessed again because of what he did at Clemson, and I'm blessed because of what all the other coaches after him did, especially Coach Ford, and Ford kind of knocking the ceiling off the program, if you will. And I'm just a benefactor of all those that have come before me. And I don't think it's a coincidence, some people may, but I don't, that of all the coaches in America, I met Frank Howard when I was probably 10, 11 years old at my mom's birthday party at a Holiday Inn. He came and my dad rented out a party room at the Hoover Holiday Inn. It was big time back in those days to go to the party room at the Holiday Inn. And in comes Frank Howard with Bobby Hayes. Bobby Hayes and Frank Howard were good friends, great buddies. Bobby Hayes was the head of the SWAT team in Birmingham. And, you know, back in those days, Alabama always played in Legion Field, especially Alabama-Auburn. Even when I first started playing, we played Legion Field. And Frank Howard would always come to that game after Big Thursday in those days. And Bobby Hayes was good friends with my mom and dad. And he would give my dad tickets and my mom. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I met him or that my mom and dad, they had dinner with Frank Howard multiple times. Multiple times. I've got a picture in my office. A couple of y'all have seen it, I think. I've got a picture in my office of my mom and dad having dinner with Frank Howard in Birmingham at Pat James Restaurant. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't think that's a coincidence. I cherish that picture. And there's also no doubt in my mind that God orchestrated all that. And I don't have any doubt in my mind that God called me to Clemson. That's no coincidence to me. And so it's